Okay, we're back again. Right, so what I've done now is the plate's in. The plate's in nice and neat. And I'm going to go around and I'm going to trim up with my hammer and my dolly the little corners that aren't quite right in this piece here. Let's see if I can get some light on this on the subject. There it is. Is that better? What's that? That's a little better. Right. What it comes down to is having the right tools cuts your time down with most stuff quite dramatically, and not having the right tools increases all time you put into everything. So for me, I can use the tools that I've got now. This is really good for a bit of a butt weld here and there. So I'm pretty happy with the way it's come out, but I need to. There's a couple of spots there where there's steps, so I don't want too much filler in it. Now I've kept the contours here, so it goes, dips in, comes up, dips in, comes up, then it steps up again and it fades. So this is, and then what it does, I suppose it fades a little here so as it gets from there to this height to up here. So we're increasing the visual appeal of this because so you've got to have a bit of foresight. Sight, not skin, right? So when you got something like this in there, this, instead of it having a plate, so there used to be a heater box that sat in here. Let's see if I can, right. And the heater box sat in here. So now, most people will leave this and they'll leave that open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nutsert here and I'm going to make a plate that'll come across here and it'll come down, and then the bottom will come down and it'll contour and it will sit in here. Nice and neat. So that will show off this whole area, and then what I will do is I'll roll the bottom of it a little so that it will stop it from blowing in through under the vent. You need to have some sort of vision of what you're going to get. The best people I watch, so I watch Stout Metalworks, I watch all sorts of stuff. She's amazing. She's really, really pushed me to want to be better. And awesome metalworker. Absolute awesome metalworker. So she's a part of the reason why I've gone further and started doing this stuff again. I learned a lot of this metal finishing and stuff years ago. I put myself into positions where I could learn this stuff and chase this work, and then went, meh, no one wants to pay the money. So I'm going to make some noise. You might want to turn your volume down a little. And all I'm doing is sitting at behind and pushing force this way. That's it. Because this one's right, I have to hold it with more force. And what I've done was I've put the edge there. So I'll put a weld here, and then that'll clean up neat. And once I've got a weld in this bottom corner and up here, then I can pin it a bit more. Now, because we want the weld in the right spot, we use the mask. and it's going to get some high fill, this one. This car goes to have the engine bay painted, hence why we're doing this now. We weren't going to do any of this, but then Kev was offered an engine bay paint job by somebody he knows. So we were like, oh, well, we can't send it that way. We're going to have to do some work first. So what I'm doing is just trying to get some sort of resemblance of what it should be. And then that's nice. Then, now the fact that this whole piece here has actually bunched up, I'm going to cut into that. But what I'll do, I'll keep going along here with my dolly. Turn it around. And that lines up really nice now. So we'll pin it here. Then we'll pin it on the other side. You won't get welding flash from looking in the camera as far as I know. And all we're doing is we're just going to spot it all the way, right? It's just how it is. Now I've got it wound up more than what I had it. When I welded these pieces on this morning, these bits here, I had it down more. I've actually wound it up on purpose. Because I want it to burn in a bit more. Now this piece across here, there's not much I can do about getting a contour there. I could have a ball peen and do this with it, right? But it kind of flows here, so I want to leave it predominantly as much as possible. And I'm just leaving a spot, go a spot, leave a spot. And I've blown through it. So this bit here has actually got a big gap. So what I do on the big gaps is, on the big gaps, I'll start at a spot where I've already spotted, and then I'll weld and I'll pull it down. So I'll pull the puddle down. Usually trying to push the puddle up, you'll blow a hole like this here. So if you weld here next to it next time and then pull the puddle down, it will fill a big gap, and that's like a 2.5 mil gap there. So that's fine. It will do that stuff. So let's go here. Because we know that this bit here is good up to right here. So then I'll get in here in a minute and have a go in there with the dolly. Right, starting to resemble something decent. thin. So doing an old car, metal gets thin. There's not a lot you can do about it. So you want it to burn in, but you don't want it to burn through. So, hold on, let's check for fire. No fire. Right? So you want it to burn in, but you don't want it to burn through. If it burns through, you can just weld, because you can clean the inside of this as well. Right? That's where we're at. Right, she's a little warm, so I've got to do this without burning myself. And because I can see the dolly, I'm going to set it in swing. That one's a little bit, it's close, but it's not close enough. But if I weld here and I weld here, then I might be able to tap it in on itself, knowing that the metal's joined. Which is what I'd be aiming for. We've got to weld right next to where we want to be. It's just going to have to do there. And this is all pretty good. And I have someone here.